There's often an argument that slavery never existed in New York City. This sign shows that this is where the edge of the wall stood. This was the wall that kept, quote unquote, the Native Americans out. This was not only a barrier, but at the edge was where a market stood. Slave ships would have came in and slave trade would have existed, it was sold, and from that, either they were taken to different plantations or they were part of the larger Dutch West India Company that helped to create the streets like we see Broad Street, which was actually the first street cut in New York City by Stuyvesant. The slave trade took place here directly on Wall Street.
So Kevin, we're now where Wall Street actually meets the East River. What's so important about this very site?
This is where the slave ships landed, this is where the slaves were brought in, and further in is where they were sold. And it shows how the city used them, how they monetized them, and how they built basically the city off their backs.
We're now in the East Village and we're standing in front of a statue of Peter Stuyvesant. What does Peter Stuyvesant represent to you?
He helped to create one of the largest human trafficking systems on the face of the earth, and it happened right here on the Lower East Side. The chapel that we're standing next to was built by slave labor. The street that we're from was cut through by slave labor. Peter Stuyvesant was the individual that drove most of the political and racial direction of the Dutch West India Company on Lower Manhattan. He came in and took over an operation that was falling apart, and through might and blood put it into operation. The people that were here built companies that are still sustained to this day. The profits from slavery and all these other things are still incorporated into the monies that people are receiving today. The discussion about history should be an open one, and we should be adult enough to handle it in our argument. But leaving people totally out of a history then makes everything that we're about, everything that this city's about, everything that we claim to be false.